running Chesapeake. Shocked like everybody. I shot him an email last night. Told my executive producer I couldn't believe he didn't return it. Why didn't you return it this morning? I said, listen, come on the show. Sherman Antitrust, tough, good opportunity. We always welcome you on the show. Why don't you just state your case? You're going to get a fair hearing. And I was shocked he didn't come back because, he comes back. And, well, I'm not shocked, I liked Aubrey. I liked Aubrey. He was larger than life.
You are shocked. I can tell you are shocked.
He's larger than life guy.
The natural gas industry in America is what it is today because of him, right?
Yeah, he had a vision. Now, look, I am sure there's cynical people out there say, like, oh, God, Cramer's such a crook for liking Aubrey. Whatever. Go ahead. Aubrey he made a lot of mistakes, okay? He came on the show and said he made a lot of mistakes. When he margined his position,
yep.
I said, wall of shame, partner. Put him on the wall of shame all over the guy. He comes on, he says, I made a mistake. I will not do margin again. Let me show you the vision. He helped me understand the oil and gas business. He's, like I said, he's a character. Now, did I agree with every aspect of his character? Absolutely not. And did he make mistakes? Yes. He made a ton of mistakes. He did a lot of things he shouldn't have done. But you know what? You would email him and say, what the hell are you doing, partner? And he'd say, hey, I screwed up. Or I think I got something going here.
This is a guy, Jim, and Michelle, you know him too, and I know Kate Kelly's on the phone. He has an incredibly, all the other stuff we talked about, he's a very charismatic man, correct? I sat on a flight. He's got a lot of people forget. He does have a new company, American Energy Partners. He's 20% owner of the Oklahoma City Thunder basketball team with Clay Bennett. I sat on a flight last year with a bunch of folks going in Colorado from his new company, and they loved him. And they said they were going to get behind him, and that they thought, so he's got a,
right.
His problems,
I would agree.
correct?
Okay.
I would agree, Brian. I mean, whatever you think about his love of leverage on the personal front and on the corporate, or his alleged legal transgressions here, and some of the stuff clearly hasn't been proven yet, but he was a visionary. I mean, he started Chesapeake with Tom Ward, I believe, in 1990, basically from scratch. They had an amount of money in the tens of thousands of dollars. It was not a lot of money, and he was known for having an eye for drill sites, right, for buying or leasing land that was going to prove valuable in terms of finding natural gas and oil. And he built the company into an impressive place. I mean, I visited with him there in 2010 and sat down for like an hour, and he was employing thousands of people, bringing business to Oklahoma City. He had several restaurants there. I know, Michelle, you've been to one or more of them with him too, right?
Yep. He had bought a big plot of land, and he had decided that there was an old gasoline station there, and that it was an eyesore on Route 66. And as part of redeveloping Route 66, he was going to put in the nicest gas station you have ever seen with the greatest collection of American soda pop you have ever seen. And he bought an example of every single soda pop made in the United States and lined the walls with them like a rainbow. It was an incredible thing. That was the kind of thing he did. Yeah.
He was a wild man. I remember, when you're covering these stories, he was under a lot of heat from a lot of his shareholders.
Yep.
Icon didn't like what he was doing. Oops. And there were a lot of things wrong with Chesapeake. Excuse me. There were a lot of things wrong with Chesapeake. Candidly, it's a little jarring. So, I mean, like I would normally, there are a lot of things wrong. And so I would say, listen, I got to ask you about these things. And his PR guys would say, take him and say, he's not going to answer. He's not going to answer. No, he's not going to answer. But you'd ask him, and he'd say, all right, well, here's the deal. Yeah, Icon's mad at me. This guy's mad at me. Did I do this? And you're thinking, does he know that he's being recorded? And you say, listen, I just want to be sure. This is on the record. And you say, yeah, I don't care. I want to tell the truth. I did this one. I mean, he was a self-effacing wild man who was given to charity, did a lot of cool things. I remember he invited me down to University of Oklahoma to do my show there. I had a natural gas motorcycle, first one only. Gave it to me, gave me a picture of it on it. And, he was the swashbuckling guy. Although, by the way, he was a finance guy, Yeah. The oil drillers up there say, he's not an oil driller. He was a finance guy. And, Kate, you got to admit, he was a finance guy. He didn't know anything about oil drilling. He would tell you that.
He had an interesting mix of interests, right, Jim? I mean, we talked about him as an entrepreneur. Obviously, he founded this oil and gas company. In some ways, he was an environmentalist, right? I mean, even Al Gore would say that natural gas is a great bridge fuel if you're trying to get away from crude oil and coal. And he himself drove a compressed natural gas vehicle around the Chesapeake headquarters, and he had the best spots in the lots were reserved for CNG vehicles. He was a proud alumnus of Duke University. I believe he was on the board there. I'm not sure if he still was at the time of death, but over the years, he was personally supportive of the lacrosse players who were in that alleged rape case a number of years ago. I mean, he just was very active in everything that he did, which was quite a mixture. Father of three.
Remember he gave the money to Sierra Club for Nat Gas?
Yes. Yes.
So I put the Sierra Club on, the guy was running it then. He said, hey, listen, coal kills, you know, he mentioned some number, but natural gas, it doesn't. And then it was revealed that Aubrey gave the money, and that was the end of that. You know,
Right.
I mean, he was always, he was doing stuff. You want to just tell him right now. You want to say, Aubrey, man, I love you played more close to the edge than anybody I've ever seen.
Yep.
And when I
But
saw
you know
Sherman,
exactly. I mean,
I went to my lawyer this morning. I said, okay, how bad Sherman? He said, oh, God, worse. Bid rig, oh, my. They are just going to crucify him.
Keep in mind,
And there were low
keep in mind,
points
guys,
in jail.
at
was
the
possible.
bottom of the financial crisis in October of 2008, he got a personal margin call. We were reminded of this when this went on with Michael Pearson recently at Valiant, right? I mean, he got a personal margin call and had to
We appear to have lost
Well,
Kate's
I mean,
phone
he
here. Well,
came on the show. He said, I'm an
more
idiot.
news?
Yes,
I remember when he said he was an
there's two-
idiot? He came on Mad Money and said, listen, I was an idiot. I
There
said,
are two
okay.
other components
Okay.
to this story. There are two other components. Not only was he indicted with an unnamed company that has yet to be revealed. That's the other part of that story. Now, one wonders what aspect that played into this entire situation, but there's another part of the story. There's an unnamed, reportedly large company that is linked to Mr. McClendon's alleged activities between the years of 2007 and 2012. Plus, just this morning, the private equity fund Energy and Minerals Group told its investors it was ceasing operations and any business activities with Mr. McClendon. Basically comes right after that indictment. They say that they have invested $3 billion in ventures with Mr. McClendon since he left Chesapeake in 2013. They say the allegations won't affect their portfolios, but they do say there are, quote, very serious implications for the energy industry if indeed these allegations prove to be true. So
Jim,
those are two other aspects of the story that have not been
I don't know if you've had a
talked
chance
about.
to read the indictment that Sue's referring to. It's very short, but then when they don't name the co-conspirator, you're a lawyer. We're wondering, we were speculating earlier, is that person out there cooperating
Remember
right now?
in August in Canada, EPA
Yes, sure.
allegedly agreed, you know, they were the guy.
But we wonder if that other
Whoever
person
was
out there
first.
could be cooperating with
Right, and I think that
authorities.
Well, in Canada was mentioned as doing it.
Hey guys, I just got a comment from Chesapeake. It's short, if I could just go on with that. It's a very, very short. I reached out to Chesapeake, and Chesapeake Energy deeply saddened by the news that we have heard today, and our thoughts and prayers are with the McClendon family during this time. So I mean, that's what you'd expect them to say, but we had to reach out, unfortunately, for a comment.